Well, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Well, it's morning where I am, but uh, it's a great Friday. And my name is Brett with Anvil Music and Media. Thank you so much for joining the channel. I appreciate you all. I see WWJD is here. How's it going, man? Appreciate you for joining the chat. Thank you all so much for being here. This is Brett with Anvil Music and Media, where we deliver tech news, and this is another episode of the Off the Dock podcast. I'm so excited to share with you today, and probably earlier that was a little bit of a, of course I am in the East Coast, but um, I say welcome to the world. Thank you guys for being here. I'm really truly excited. We are entering into the weekend, so what that means for a lot of you is time for a reset, a time to enjoy family and friends. We're just today this live. We're gonna get back into some artificial intelligence news and um, a couple updates that have been happening over the week. So as you're joining, please let me know in the chat where you are watching from. To all my friends online, friends of the channel, all of the supporters, those who may be watching the replay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support through the years. This channel started about 4 to 5 years ago, and so with that, I started in tech, and it's been a great journey for me. It's been a great few years. Um, Ethan is in the chat. Appreciate you, Ethan, for joining the chat. We're excited. We are here to man, the energy is going to be great today. Fridays are usually like, man, we just kind of get to it. So I'm going to start in just a few moments, but I want to acknowledge everyone. My name is Brett with Anvil Music and Media, where we give you the latest in tech news, the latest in the future of tech and AI. And when you get a chance, check out my channel. This is a real community. This is a community that we enjoy each other's company. We comment, so feel free to come in and like. If you're a first timer, I appreciate you for joining. Thank you for joining the channel today. So we've got a few people here in the chat. Ethan is here. Hey Ethan, how are you doing? Ashish is here. Ashish wants to see the setup. Yes, I can absolutely show you the setup. I ask guys that you either like this channel or subscribe to the channel, like the video. Yeah, I can show you the setup. I'm in my studio. Nothing's on right now. This is my desk setup and my keyboard, my monitor setup here in the background. That's where I get my work done. And it's not work, right? It's what I love to do. It requires a form of patience and with editing and all that good stuff. But yeah, and maybe later on I'll get to actually show you some gear and some equipment that I use. So Judy is here in the chat. Thank you, Judy, for joining. Welcome to the channel. How many first timers do we have? Put a one in the chat if you are a first timer. Put a one in the chat. I'm super excited. I hope that you guys are. Some of you may be watching or seeing this for the first time. The algorithm sort of does that, right? It puts you in this place. I guess as you are on YouTube, you're scrolling and you see this live and you're like, Anvil Music Media Live. Who is that? Well, my name is Brett and I am the owner of the channel and of the production um, the production company called Anvil. So we are very excited. Ethan says I liked and I subscribed. Thanks so much, Ethan. Ethan is one. Ethan is a first timer. Ethan, appreciate your support right out the gate. I appreciate you for joining. Um, we have friends of the channel in here, so I know they're going to let me know that they're here. Uh, we're just super excited. Friday is a really chill day. We kind of just go with the flow. And as you are joining, I'd ask that you, if you have any questions, any questions you have on tech equipment, on Apple products, Apple computers, any type of questions or comments that you'd like to provide, please provide them in the chat. Let me know, because this is a interactive spot. Just a little bit about me. My name is Brett with Anvil, and I've started probably maybe 10 to 15 years ago in the production field. This is my studio that you see in the background. So that was a passion of mine, and it sort of turned into the passion sort of turned into a business venture that I started out about maybe 10 years ago. YouTube has been such a thing to where I've been able to share who I am, what I do, to share a lot of insights on how this all came to be. Right. Unc is in the chat. Unc is saying, "Show me some of your engineering." Guys, you guys want to see you want to see the engineering? Do you want to see me actually engineer a session? Because I mean that's up for we can do that. We can work that. We can work that out. We can work that through. Um, if you want to see, the setup is here. I've got my setup here in the background, and I also have over here is my vocal booth. So this is just a little panoramic view of the studio. So you guys give me some hearts for that. If you give me some likes for that. If you enjoy, if you are enjoying the view, and thank you once again for joining the channel. Now I am heavy into tech. I love how these things work. I love to problem solve. Like, you in the business of production and mixing, and even some, even for me, I also edit videos. But in this business, you have to learn how to problem solve. Like, problem solving is the first and foremost thing that you learn. And with that problem solving, you have to outlast the problem. You have to be patient enough to learn the process of to get where you want to, because creativity is not, it's not just going to fall out into your lap. Creativity is not gonna just gonna happen, right? So I appreciate the likes. Thanks so much for joining. I actually released a video today, just now, probably about an hour ago, about I reviewed the AirPods 4. So if you get a chance, check that out. And those of you that are new, go check out my videos. I'm sure there's something out there for you, for you to check out. If you do find a video that you like, leave in the comments. Leave a comment down in the comment section, and I'll be sure to respond to you. I always like to respond to those who follow this channel. So let's see. Mohammed is here. Hey, Mohammed says hello to the chat. So he's saying hello to the chat. Mohammed says, wasn't it 5 in the morning for you an hour ago? Yeah, you're about right. Yep. So yeah, I'm here. I'm here. But time doesn't matter. We're here for the community. I'm here to and I'm back, of course, in the studio. Last week, you guys know I was out on a little bit of a vacation, and I was in my car because I didn't have my gear, or didn't really have a setup behind me. But anyway, Muhammad says cooked sleep schedule. Is that your schedule? Right. Because I don't know what you let me know what time it is for you, where you are. Ethan says, how many subscribers do I have? Well, currently, I mean, I'm running about maybe 1,300 subscribers, between 13 and 1,400. Chris Coffee says hi. Chris, welcome to the chat. Appreciate you for joining. Thanks so much. I'm wondering how you guys are sort of finding out this channel, or you come across of it. Are you coming across it because of the algorithm? Let me know in the chat how you found this channel out, and we're gonna get started. So thank you guys so much for the comments so far. And as you guys know, so I this journey has sort of um, this journey of mine with this channel, I have come sort of to a we've really really started to dive into artificial intelligence and AI. Of course, that is uh, probably the key word for the next few years and for years to come. Um, it is compared to the likes of when the computer was first introduced, when the internet first came on. So thank you guys for the hearts. Appreciate it. Appreciate the hearts. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. But I've really been in this journey of learning learning the future of AI. Appreciate the hearts. Thank you so much. The future of what we are dealing with in terms of how AI is going to affect societies and cultures as a whole. And if it's already not doing it, and there is a particular scientist, or I would say computer program, who is called he's called the godfather of artificial intelligence. He started, pretty much he is the father of it, and his name is Jeffrey Hinton. So I've got some breakdowns of a recent video that I watched from Jeffrey Hinton. Jeffrey Hinton, he sort of started this AI space, and under him he had scientists who, or computer programmers who further went to construct or to design the open source programs such as ChatGPT, Gemini. So very famous guy. You have to look him up. Jeffrey Hinton. It's spelled or Geoffrey Hinton. And so how does AI sort of how do we sort of coincide AI with social media in the space of where we are? And he sort of talked about a few things of how, first of all, how social media is a great tool, right? It's a great tool. It's a tool for us to become visible. Right now I'm talking to you guys. I'm visible, and we're sort of discussing, let's see who is here. Who is here? Amai says, where am I from? Yes, Amai, thank you for joining the chat. Yeah, I am from the US, so I live in the eastern part of the US. Martin Ramos says I look familiar. Yeah, everybody, some people always look familiar to whoever. But thank you guys. Thank you, Martin, for joining the chat. Thank you, Amai, for joining the chat. Chris says hi. Um, awesome. Ethan says, love you in the live stream. Thank you so much, so much. Amai says, what's my Insta? So my Insta is going to be the same thing, guys. Google, if you Google Anvil at Anvil Group, you'll get all my information. Say all my social media platforms. So 00485 Opa says, hey, thanks for joining the chat. Appreciate you for joining the chat. Thank you guys. You guys type in a one for all of the newcomers, those who are first time seeing me for the first time. Want to introduce to you myself. My name is Brett with Anvil Music and Media, and today we're talking a little bit about this video and this article that I sort of I've been studying, and it's a breakdown by Jeffrey Hinton, who has major concerns and also advice when it comes to AI, social media, and what's next for all of us in this social media world, right? Like what's really next? What do we have going on? So um, now, guys, I don't really apologize for the content that I give. I am a pretty much a tech person. I love tech. I love the future of what we have going on. So AI happens to be a major shift and a major push into the next era of where we're going to be. So if you guys love this, give me some hearts, give me some likes, subscribe to the channel. I want to let you guys know that we are here Tuesdays and Fridays, man. Tuesdays and Fridays, we're here locking it in. And I try to keep this as informal as possible. So yeah, feel free to comment, to like. You give the comment if I see your comment, and when I see your comment, I will address you. Because that's what we do. Just because I'm here talking, there's also can be um, chatting going on and comments in the chat. So you guys feel free to do that. But first, I want to really talk about how the first point of what I was going to talk about is how social media is, and Jeffrey, we'll call him Mr. Hinton. He thinks social media is really messing us up, right? How is it messing us up? Now, besides the obvious, right? Besides the obvious, I feel like we're connected so much in this world. We have so many ways to connect to our friends, our family, to those that we know, those that we don't know. It's possible to meet somebody around the world every day, like literally. That's what I do with this program. I have followers, I have subscribers who are with me and sort of lock in, man. That's what we do. But besides the obvious reasons of how social media is messing up, um, the article talks about how platforms like YouTube, we're on YouTube, right? How YouTube, Facebook are consistently driving division in society, right? On purpose, right? So back 15, 20 years ago, the TV was obviously the medium of choice for people to watch. You watch and we watch all the same programs, we watch all the same news, so forth and so on. Like we obviously were a society that was a little bit of a monolith. Like we had the same values, and with the introduction of social media, of course, division came. Like people became divided, and social media has sort of done that, sort of divided us on purpose, right? And why is this? Because social media has caused major engagement throughout different social media platforms, through algorithms, through like these echo chambers of people who um, values. They have certain values about them, and then they just sort of spread their own little values in their own little circles, and they become tightly knit in their little cliques, and nobody wants to venture out and to explore other ideas, other opinions. That's not something that we do here. Like I love um opinions. I love people to sort of debate. Now, I won't necessarily debate you on this channel, but you have the right to express your opinion, as long as it sort of lines up with what we are talking about. So the fact of the matter, the bottom line, um, is money, and you have to follow the money. So engagement absolutely equals money when it comes to these social media platforms. Engagement equals money. That's going to be my first statement. Engagement equals money. Daniel's in the chat, a friend of the show. Thank you, Daniel, for being a consistent friend of the show. Appreciate you. Daniel is here. Daniel says AI is Pandora's box and it's open now. No going back. This is the worst AI will ever be. Yes, this is the worst AI will ever be. AI is in its beginning stages. So we've got to know that. We've got to understand that principle. Thank you for the comment, David. Daniel, I appreciate you for joining today. Just a side note, I want you guys to know that I'm here every Tuesday and every Friday live. This is an episode of the Off the Dock podcast with your host, Brett, with Anvil Music and Media. I appreciate it. I'm so excited to have you today. Sanjay is in the chat. Sanjay, how's it going, man? Things are good with me. I'm excited, man. I'm glad that you're here, Sanjay. I appreciate you for locking in. I appreciate you for just being here with us. Mohammed, what are you saying today? What is this? Are you saying I'm not understanding. Are you Sigma? I'm not getting it. Maybe rephrase that. Well, I'm not sure what you're saying. But AI is here to stay, and so engagement equals money. So just like many of you have joined this chat today, you have to understand that algorithms, they really feed you the stuff that makes you confirm your bias, right? We all have certain personal biases. I have a bias, and there are two words that sort of resonate with me. Or I'll say just one word. So, and that word is prejudice. So we all have a bit of prejudice in us. We all have certain things that we prefer, because that's really prejudice. Really, prejudice is I prefer this over that. So, and algorithms really sort of strongly reinforce, as we're on social media platforms, it reinforces what we like. So it will see what you are clicking on. It will understand how long you're on a website, and it'll begin to process that, and whatever, depending on whatever social media platform you're on, it's going to feed you exactly what you like, and even subconsciously what you don't even know that you're watching, right? So let's see. Mr. Foodie asked, "Where am I from?" I think you got the answer in the chat. So I got my subscribers in the chat saying, "Yes, I'm from the U.S." Welcome, Mr. Foodie. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate your comment. Hope that you would subscribe to the channel and like this video. Um, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Mr. Foodie is saying, "So do I support wars or not?" No, I don't. I'm not a big proponent of wars, and that probably ties into what I'm talking about now. Like I'm not a supporter of wars. I think that is a that is a human quality that is a second degree or third degree frequency. We can come together and really settle our differences outside of, sort of fighting. I understand the religious aspect of it. I do get that certain countries have been warring against each other for thousands upon thousands of years. Many of these countries are next door neighbors. They have cousins and friends and family members on each side. So it's like family, it's like a big family feud, but it turns violent, unfortunately. And that's something that we see on the news. You guys tell me. You guys tell me what events of today are really sticking out for you. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Um, so let's see. Daniel says, "I love how people come to the channel and ask my opinion about war rather than a political chatter." Yeah, channel. Yeah. I'm not a huge guys. And you guys want to go into the my stance on the Israeli and Iranian Iranian. So it's Iran, not Iran. You guys know that it's the country's name Iran, not Iran. Like Iran. No, it's Iran. So my stance on it is I don't like it. I don't like wars. I don't really have a stance. I'm not big on the fighting, the violence, the children, the women, even men who are pawns of this sort of game. It's no different than the corporate world. It's no different than, there are people in other rooms that are making decisions that you have no control over, and people's lives are affected. Right? Their literal lives are affected. So yeah. Yeah, no, Muhammad, I get you. It's not to get political, and I will never be political. Nobody can ever force me to be. You can have a. That's the thing, guys. You can have an opinion without being political. You don't always have to side with a party, Republican, Democrat, Independent. I don't know. Like, it's really no thing to me, because they're all individuals. Like these political parties actually, it's a political theater. It's like theatrics, right? If you look up the words politics in the Greek, it literally means theater. So that's not something that I'm sort of like that tickles my fancy. Like I don't really. I just said an old saying. It's not something that tickles my fancy. No, but it's not something that I really I'm not really excited about. a stance by a Republican or a Democrat, because these guys get in front of the camera and give you a big theater of, you know, what they believe in and their opinions, and they have to perform for these big companies and corporations and banks, because otherwise they will not get the money that's necessary to run their campaign or to keep them out front. So they're really like spokespersons and pawns. Literally, the president, the office of the president is really a spokesperson for the country. It's not, the president has power, but he doesn't. So I don't even know where I'm going there. But anyway, politics. We're talking about social status. We're talking about social media and all that good stuff. So let's see. Daniel says the world is too small for war and just big enough for cooperation. Yes, yes. And Daniel, we need more people like you, because obviously, if we can get a lot more done without fighting, right? You have to be able to see the other side's issues. You have to be able to see what's going on. But anyway, at the foundation of all of what we're talking about is money. And I'm going to keep reiterating, social media is it's really messing us up. It's really killing society. And platforms like Facebook and IG, um, really the equation is engagement equals money. And I'm going to repeat again, I'm going to say this: algorithms feed you the things that either make you mad or confirm your actual bias, right? So if I were to say if I were to say something crazy, even right now, like if I were to say, and I'm not gonna, this channel, I don't really put out things that are false, but if I were to say something that was really polarizing, I might actually get canceled. I might get put off of YouTube, or I may get high engagement, right? And that's what people sort of feed off of. You say something wrong. I remember probably a few years ago, I did a short, and I said something accidentally wrong on the short, and like I got so many comments. It was actually hilarious to me, and I was like almost like a social experiment, because with this social experiment, it's like, oh, if you say something incorrectly, people are going to they're going to take that and be like, man, are you crazy? What are you talking about? And the comments just will flow. And so, I mean, that's not really what I'm about, but I do understand the viralness, or the virality of social media. And when you say something that's polarizing, people are going to automatically jump on the train and try to correct you, and then people don't even realize, actually a lot of social media influencers are doing this so that they can up their engagement. So let's see. Everything is everything. Let's see. So also, um social media is sort of messing us up because it locks us into echo chambers. So if you can imagine yourself in a room that has four walls and it's closed, you can't go in or you can't go out. You can't allow anybody in, you can't allow anybody out. There's only what is inside of that room. And as you begin to speak, if you speak, you'll probably hear yourself echo. And that's exactly what an echo chamber is. Not physically, but maybe mentally, maybe on these social media platforms, right? Um, Echo chambers are what people get into when they start talking about the same thing. So if you hear, like, if it's, for example, if you now have four or five people in the same room with you and you guys are all saying the same thing, you guys become an echo of each other. You guys become repetitious in nature of how you talk and how you communicate. You're basically saying the same thing. Oh yeah, I believe this. Oh, I believe this. Oh, I believe that. Oh, I think this. And everybody sounds exactly the same, and so we become like little androids, spitting out the same information. That really doesn't give us diversity in how we can think, feel, and grow, right? um, I don't even like the word diversity anymore. Anyway, you can't. I feel like you can't even say diverse without being polarizing. But nevertheless, whatever. And we all know, some of us know diversity is a code word. in a lot of cases. So, but the goal of the algorithm is to keep you clicking on uh, more videos and more content so you can see more ads, because ads are what drive the platform. Ads are what gives the platform the money and gives the platform the money to really keep and to thrive. If you can imagine, ads are like gas to a car. The more gas a car gets, the longer mileage the longer it can perform, the more mileage it can get, the longer it can go, the longer it can drive. So gas is to a car like ads are to a social media platform. And guess who the driver is? The driver really is you, right? And as long as you keep that gas in the tank, and you can keep on the road. And that is the design of the algorithms, to keep you on the social media, the information highway, as we call it. So let's see here. Another let's see. That's another comment. So Daniel says, when I started to realize money is a tool for other people's happiness, I stopped chasing it. Yes, yes, I like that. It's a very, very good statement to say. Money is absolutely another a tool for people's happiness. You should stop chasing it, right? Um, if your happiness is tied to money, then you won't be happy long, right? Because depending on how much money you have, money can come and go, and money comes and goes, and that's why money is sort of needs to be used as a resource and not become the source of your happiness. If you have resources around you, I have resources in the studio, but I don't take this with me wherever I go, right? I don't take this with me wherever I go. Ethan is in the chat. So Ethan says, I have cancer. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ethan. I hope everything is well with you. Appreciate you for being in the chat. My prayers are honestly with you. I I hope that this is I hope that this is it seems like a pretty serious comment, so I'm gonna take it serious. I'm taking it for that. Um, it's my hope that there's not sort of an attention to you, like attention grabbing, but sounds pretty serious. So want you to know, man. Yeah, my prayers are with you. I hope things will go well. I hope you are in good spirits of where you are. Um, this is no doubt a serious matter for you. I have actually two parents that um, did not make it from cancer. I'm not saying that I'm pushing that on you, but man, yeah, we're here for you. So I'm glad you're part of the chat. Um, and yeah, we're just gonna send positivity your way, Ethan. We're sending you positivity your way, and yeah, all things will be well, man. Uh, so Daniel says social media platforms themselves become a big echo chambers, a hive mind focus on one belief system. Yes, the go-to for a far right option, a blue sky, or for a far left option, opinion, or far left opinion. Yes, yes. Yeah, it becomes this one belief system. It's like what I say goes. So here's the thing about social media and life in general. People are so in tune, and they try so hard it to make a point about things being either or, right? It's always about it's either this or it's that. It's either Pepsi or it's cola. It's either a it's either black or white. It's either yellow or red. Why can't it be both and, right? Why can't it be both and? Why do we have to live in a society of it being either or? Like, I never understood that, right? I never understood that. Daniel, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you, Daniel. You're amazing guy. You are amazing. Thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate it. Daniel says, we come into this world with nothing and leave it the same. Yeah, very, very powerful statement. We do. We come here, we don't even come here knowing how to do anything. right? We don't even come here with any. We didn't even ask to be here, right? And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but we come into this world not knowing anything, not knowing how to walk, not knowing how to do anything, tie our shoes, not knowing how to talk. And so the same is going to happen when we leave it, right? Everything is being borrowed in one for another. Yes, we're sitting here on borrowed time. We're sitting here on borrowed energy, borrowed space. I mean, if you think about it, guys, I didn't get to choose my parents. Now I'm thankful for the parents that I got, but I didn't really get to choose them. You know what I'm saying? We didn't choose who we have, who sort of brought us into this world. Many of us are thankful of who did, but we didn't choose that. So, in review with how social media is, and I'm sort of like I'm walking this really slowly. I'm kind of setting up the article as to what I learned and what was talked about in the article and on the YouTube video with Jeffrey Hinton. If you get a chance, guys, look up Jeffrey Hinton. But Hinton says platforms like YouTube, Facebook, they're continuing to drive division. So, so the thing is, number one, algorithms, they feed you sort of what you want to hear. And number two, this sort of locks you into an echo chamber. And the goal is to keep you clicking so that they can sell you more ads, or that they can sell more ads to the companies that want your money and want you to spend with them, right? So in real talk, division equals dollars. Division absolutely equals dollars, right? Engagement equals dollars, division equals dollars, right? Hinton also literally hints at how he is worried that AI is taking over. Now, so I'm sort of on the fence with this. I don't know. You let me know in the comments. Do you think AI is slowly taking over society? AI, and what he talked about is AI is sort of taking over the job structure of how things are. He even sort of talked about how you should, if you want to get into a career, you should train as a plumber, right? He said, train to be a plumber, like become a plumber, because a plumber is um, a occupation that AI will not necessarily be able, because it's a hands-on job. I was talking to, as a side note, I was talking to somebody at the bank, and they said something very powerful to me. They said, I like being in the bank to where I can talk and communicate with customers, because the closer you are with your customers at your job, the more um, the more stable your job will become, and the more stable it is. And what I mean by that is, so if you have a desk job and you're behind the computer and you don't have any connection with customers, um, AI could possibly replace you. But if you have a connection with customers, if customers call and they want to talk to you, they want to be with you, or they want to you to answer and ask their questions, and that's the reason really why I'm here on the platform, because like I like connection. Connection equals consistency in your career, right? So he's saying, train to be a plumber. And Daniel even says AI plumbers are a thing, and that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Um, but a lot of what a plumber does is manual labor. So it's physical jobs like plumbing are going to be a little bit harder for AI. And Dan, you can sort of explain. I'm curious as to how AI is sort of fixing your plumbing equipment or fixing your plumbing in your house. Coding is one thing that's going out. Like coding is like, you're not going to be able to keep up with AI's codes and how AI codes. So AI is going to get coding is already getting automated, right? But wrench tuning stays for humans right now. So um let's see. AI. So Daniel says we should start an internet beef to get clicks. Yeah, man, we can start one. Yeah, Daniel, I hate you. I actually hate you, man. I can't even do it like I can't even do it with a straight face. I don't know. We got to figure that out offline to start an internet beef. Yeah, everybody will be like, "What's wrong with them?" Oh, gosh, I want to see what they're gonna fight about today. You know. Daniel says anything that needs human emotions is a safe job. I like that statement. Anything that needs human emotions is a safe job. I'm gonna pin that to the chat. I love that statement. That is a factual statement. Yeah, let's move forward. Who else we got in the comments? Tanush, hey man, how's it going? We were talking about you yesterday. I said Tanush will be here today, and surely you showed up. Tanush, how are you, man? How was your weekend? How was the birthday celebration? I hope you had a good time. The fact that we were up here like celebrating your birthday last Saturday was sort of cool. Hope you enjoyed it, man. Hope you got some good laughs, some good love from your friends and family. Um, Happy 18th, man. Happy 18th. Uh, so tell me how that went. Tell me how that went. Blowho is in the chat. Blowho, how's it going, man? Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you coming. You're back. And hey, man, what you got going on? What's on your plate? What is on your plate today, Blowho? It's good to see you. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you today. You guys, let me know. Let me know how your day's faring out. You guys really I feel like Friday is a really, really solid day for lives for us to come here on live. So appreciate it. Tanush, you got a sore throat. Man, you had too much fun. You had too much fun. Well, hopefully your sore throat gets better. That's not fun. That's not fun. Did you catch it from somebody? Would you touch? You touched some germs? Blow says he's pretty good working with the new company. Oh man, shout the company out if you can. If you can, don't. I want to get you in trouble. Blow, let me know what are your responsibilities at the company. Let me know what you have going on. And I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited, guys, because I have the familiar crew here today. You guys all know each other, so feel free to chop it up in the comments. Tanu said, I did eat ice cream at midnight. Maybe it's because of that. You think you got a sore throat because of ice cream? I don't know, man. I think it's germs. Unless somebody puts some germs in your ice cream, I don't think you're necessarily gonna get a sore throat from ice cream. But anyway, regardless, I hope you feel better. Sore throats are not fun. They're not fun at all. Not fun at all. But Blowho, congratulations to you, Blowho, for working, for getting a job with a new company. I'm sure they don't know your name, so your ad handle. You never did tell me your actual name, did you? Did you tell me your name? Well, I'm not sure. But thanks for joining the chat. Blowho says can't currently. Maybe sometimes. Take care. Going to catch you later. Okay, man. I'll see you. I'll see you, man. I'll see you. I'll see you. But yeah, so back to this AI space and how it's intersected with social media, and that's what we're talking about today. Coding's going away. There are more manual jobs that will sort of hang around, at least for the time being. And the question is, as these jobs go away, people are like, well, what are humans going to do, right? Are we headed to a dystopia type of world? Is it going to just be chaos? Is it going to be ruled by androids and bots? You guys do know, by the way, Elon Musk is preparing to build an army of 10,000 robots that he can have. He's looking to do some serious things, right? Here's what I want to talk about. Here are the short-term artificial intelligence dangers, right? And so I did ask the question. I said, well, do you guys think that we are headed to a dystopian society? Do you guys think that? Let me know in the chat. And what are humans going to do once AI takes over? Once AI takes over all of the jobs that humans currently do now? Well, what humans are going to do is they're actually going to find more things to do. They're going to be more openings for more careers and more jobs of different nature, of different calibers. Like it's no different from the 80s when the computer sort of came to the forefront. We had software systems such as computer aided drafting that people would use. And so the person who was drawing by hand didn't necessarily, they were eliminated from they were eliminated as a job. It was like nobody was drawing by hand, everybody was drawing on computers. But as a result of these little micro changes in society and in the job structure, people found other things to do. There were other jobs. So there are going to be other responsibilities. AI is not going to totally erase what humans can do right now. It's not happening, right? But here are some short-term dangers that we're sort of facing, right? And this is not just sci-fi. This is actually real. This is already happening today. We've got deep fakes. Everybody knows about deep fakes. Everybody knows about AI voice clones, right? Identity theft and phishing attacks. That's never going to go away. The internet, when the internet was introduced, we had just influx of spamming all over the place, like so much spam here and there. And of course, what happened with that? We sort of started to regulate. We started to self-regulate the spam levels, and now spam is still around, but it's sort of regulate. And so that's the thing that we do as a society. Every time there is a disruptor that comes down and that disrupts society of how we do and how we function, we begin to self-regulate. And so what's going to happen is we're going to be self-regulating the deep fakes and the voice clones. Just believe me, trust me on this. The other things that are a threat to society are do-it-yourself bioweapons. How about that? Like making up bioweapons with AI, right? This is something that is a real threat. It's a real threat, guys. We got some bad actors out there and people who are really trying to create and make harm on others. So um, here's another one. Here's another short-term danger. We're talking election manipulation, right? Targeting people with custom political ads, right? We just talked about that earlier. These echo chambers, and people just get wrapped into the politics of what I say is right versus what you're saying. It's me versus you. It's me and them over there, right? So the other thing is social media polarization, right? The intentional chaos for clicks. Daniel just talked about that. We're gonna start a channel where we're beefing. No, not really, but if we do, just remember today that we said that we were going to do it. So don't get sucked into the intentional chaos for clicks. Chaos for clicks. That should be the name of this video today. But those are some AI dangers that we have. Let's see. Let me go back to some of the comments. Tanu says, that too, I ate a full box without telling my parents. You ate a full box of what? Ice cream? Tanu says, what are things that I can get into after 18? Tanu's, I'm gonna let the chat answer this. What are some things you can get into after 18? Well, for one thing, you can get into a job, but some other things. I mean, you're here live on the chat, so we're sort of chatting. Yeah, Tanush, I'm gonna have to get back to you. It all depends on what you want to do, like with your life, what you want to do to be successful, how you want to sort of live. So, yep. Daniel says Elon Musk is one bad interaction from being the world's first legitimate supervillain. Yeah, he is. He's already there, man. Yeah, he already embodies the supervillain role. Um, he's like the guy that sits in his little bubble and in a certain part of the world, maybe in space, and just looks down at humans and says, "I own you." He's got the ha 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 ha. He's got the whole persona of a supervillain. Yeah, yeah, and I can see that as well. And he really doesn't care. Like Elon Musk really doesn't care about anything other than um, putting forth his ideas and his opinions. And that's what happens when you get to a certain space or a certain place of wealth, being wealth. People who are wealthy tend to have the time to generate a space, or they have the time to generate ideas, and they like to think and be creative. That's all they do. They sit around all day and say, "Oh, well, what about this? Or what do you think about this? What maybe if we tried this, we could do that." So, as we know, those are the wealth. That's the 2% of the world. The 80% of us who are working class, those who are in the middle class, we work because we have to pay, we have to pay bills, right? We work because the structure of society has caused us to, in order to, they've pretty much tricked us into to to a society where we must pay bills in order to survive. I don't know if that's necessarily fair, right? But meanwhile, the wealthier are coming up and drumming up ideas for the future, and they're really directing us to where society's going to go. So yeah, let's change that, guys. Let's change that. Let's become more involved in where we're going. Don't let the wealthy determine where we are and where we're going to be. So let's see what other comments do we have. I remember my nan telling me she did a 2-month training course to learn the skill trade of typewriter. Wow. Typewriter. How many of you all remember the typewriter? Were you around for the typewriter? I didn't take a typewriting course at the time. It was like computers, but I did take typing. I did take type. It's amazing to me even now, like my kids, for example, they don't teach you like cursive. They don't teach you penmanship in school. It's sort of interesting because how are you going to sign your name if you don't know how to cursive it out? Right? That's crazy. And we don't do we even need penmanship? I don't know. But the typewriter, that is so crazy. Typewriter, that was back in the 80s. I remember my parents having a typewriter, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Right? It's like, oh, you type words. I'm dating myself, but like just bear with me for a minute. And our typewriter at my house sat in our dining room, and my mom would type letters, and it was sort of cool because the typewriter, you had the backspace, but you only had but so many um, times to backspace on the typewriter before you lost sort of, like, the typewriter had sort of like a whiteout with it, and if you ran out of the whiteout, you wouldn't be able to. If you made a mistake, you wouldn't be able to backspace on the typewriter. Super crazy times. Super crazy. That was literally legitimately back in like 1995, right? It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Tanu says, "Who's my childhood favorite superhero?" Tanush, I mean, I'm honestly, I was a big like Spider-Man fan growing up. I even like I even liked the Ninja Turtles. Like I was a turtle fan. Spider-Man. I like Iron Man. Black Panther was cool. Um, yeah, I mean, I have a bunch, man. Back in the day, we used to trade comic books when I was a kid, and to the life of me, that's kind of a little bit depressing that I was. I had all these comic books, and I'm not sure where they are. My parents like put them in storage, and I can't find them. I'm not sure where they are. So, you guys find my comic books, let me know, because someone may have them actually. But yeah, we used to trade comic books, and we used to trade baseball cards and comic cards. It's back in the days before social media. But hopefully that answers your question, Tanush. Daniel says it's expected humans will evolve past handwriting within the next 50 to 100 years. Yeah, and I think that's going to be a thing, right? Or I think that is already a thing, right? It's rare to see someone writing down their ideas and their thoughts on an actual paper, because why do that when you have voice prompting? Why do that when you can actually type it on a software? So I can absolutely see that happening. So guys, we talked about short-term dangers of AI, long-term dangers of AI. So here we go. Long-term dangers. I want to give it to you. now now this is wow. This is wow. And according to Hinton, in this video, in this article, he says the biggest threats to AI becomes super intelligent Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It said Hinton says the biggest threat is if AI becomes super intelligent and decides it doesn't need us anymore. Now let's park there. How many of you guys think in the chat that AI is going to be super intelligent and it's never going to need us anymore? So therefore, we will be non-existent. We will be the slaves of artificial intelligence. Now, in a way, we're sort of already like slaves to it, because how many times do we use it daily? Like in a way, we sort of already like use it so much to where we can't live without it. But let me know in the chat, do you think AI is going to become, there's going to become a time where artificial intelligence will not need humans ever again, and they will push us to the side and sort of run the country, run our systems, run how we interact, how we perform in culture and in society? How many think that? How many think that in the chat? Let me know in the chat. um, we've never dealt to this point with something that is smarter than humans, even though we are the inventors of AI. AI is absolutely smarter than the human race at this point in time, and it surpassed us probably like 4 or 5 years ago. That's just a reality. But how many of you guys think that if AI becomes super intelligent, which it already is, and it just doesn't decide that it needs us anymore, do you think this is a possibility? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Um, Kush is here. Kush, hey, what's up? Kush, how are you doing? Appreciate you for joining the chat. Thank you so much for joining today. You always say you're late. You're not late, man. You come in right when you need to, man. Hope you had a good day yesterday. I appreciate you and Daniel in the extended. We had the extended live yesterday. It was kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Tanu says, I bet in future scientists are going to create an antidote for a human to live up to 300 years. I know they can do it because it will be there. Daniel, you see that comment by Tanush? What do you think about that? We talked about that yesterday a little bit. In the future, that scientists are going to create an antidote. Daniel's got something for that. I know we talked about that literally yesterday. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, developing these super AI agents and bots. How intelligent are they going to get? I think they will become intelligent to the point where we won't need wars, right? That's one thing that I'm optimistic, guys. I'm very optimistic about AI. So, to people who do not see the benefit of where we're going in society with AI, you have to know that with any disruptor of society, you're going to have your good points and you're going to have your bad points, right? So, let's see. Tanush, yeah, so we've never dealt with something smarter than humans, and Hinton sort of compares uh, this whole threat of AI being super intelligent and decides that it doesn't need us anymore. Kind of compares it to a chicken raising a human, or a tiger club growing up, uh, and eventually the power flips. Eventually it flips. Obviously, the chicken is not as smart as the human, right? So what happens? Because the chicken's not as smart as the human eventually eats the chicken. It has it for dinner. So is AI going to have us for dinner? Is the question. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Give me your opinion. And this is a real risk that we have to deal with. We have to deal with this risk. So let me see. Let me see who I have in the chat. Who else is here? Daniel says age reversal is here already. Oh, there's the answer to your question. It's already here. It's already here. Kush says what I feel is AI will take over humans at least for a while, for sure. Until what point, Kush? When will humans get back the reins of power and the structure, or will we just now become servants and slaves of artificial intelligence? We're already servants and slaves of the internet, of social media platforms. I proved it to you earlier. Like, the internet is where we live, it's where we function, it's where we feel like we cannot live, right? You can't even literally pay or buy something um, without the internet. Yesterday, was grabbing some dinner for my family, and here's one thing I want to say, guys. I'm sick of these mobile lines. Here in the U.S., we have Chick-fil-A. I think we have restaurants like Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, and they have a mobile line. And so I'm so old school. Like, I'm just driving. The drive-through is a drive-through, right? Use the drive-through for what it's for. Like, don't have a mobile line and then have another line for those who want to actually come and get their food and order it. I'm just old school. I like to order my food. I actually like to still go to the grocery store and actually physically pick. Now, I know I may be a caveman in this sense, but that's just what I like, right? And so these mobile lines that these companies have created, these restaurants have created for a mobile line. And the mobile line, by the way, was nobody was in it. Like, literally, people can drive. And I know it's a convenience for people, and I'm going to eventually probably switch over to mobile apps and ordering food online. But you literally now can't do a lot without having the internet and being connected to um, social media and social platforms. It's crazy, crazy how it is. Let's see comments. Tanu says, "I'm scared of AI because if science create a war on AI, then we're going to be in trouble for sure." Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, scientists have created a war, and there's a war going on between technology, between companies such as Apple, Google, all of these different companies. They're trying to see what the next wave is. We're going to determine the wave, but I think we're already here, guys. Kush says that's why vegans for the win. Yeah, yeah. We got some vegans here in the house. Vegans in the chat. Ethan asked, "What country do I live in?" I live in the U.S. Ethan, I live in the U.S. Daniel says, "I like things that way too." Yeah. Um. Daniel says, McDonald's always look at me funny for ordering with a human and paying by cash. Right. Yeah, they're gonna look at you funny. Like, they look at you funny because they don't want to work. They want the computer to do everything, and little do they know the AI is replacing them slowly. So I just that's just me. Like, I don't you don't have to agree or disagree. I just when I go to the store, I like to pick up my own stuff. It's an experience for me. Even when I go to the movies, it's like I go to the movies because I want to experience. I want to interact. There's a certain type of interaction that's outside of my home, outside of the space that I live in. I live in this space already, and I love the interaction with you guys as well. That's why I do what we do. That's why we're here today, right? This is the experience of human to human interaction. So when I go outside of my house, of course, I'm going to say hi. I'm going to interact with those who are around me because people are sort of in their own boxes. Like I said, I talked about it earlier. They're in their own echo chambers. If you don't agree with what they and see, I've learned in my interaction and my communication with other humans, other people, to agree with certain things, to meet them at a medium, and then you can sort of, like, if you can have a compromise in communication with somebody else, like, you don't have to start out disagreeing on every little thing. Kind of see where you guys meet in the middle, and then you can sort of go from there. Like, it's not always about being so polarizing and saying what you say is right 100% of the time. Like, that's just pointless because you know. Let's see. Daniel says cash is king. Cash is king. So if cash is king, I'm curious. What is queen? Who is queen if cash is king? Cash is definitely king. Money is what drives societies. Money, power, and respect. That's why I've told you guys in the past it's going to be hard for AI to really sort of rule the world, and that's my stance on it because the AI has no motive. AI has no reason for having money. AI feeds off of knowledge. In fact, knowledge is probably priceless at this point. Those who are seeking money, they use AI to get the money that they need. Like they, so the difference in the future, here's what the future looks like. And if you're not, you're going to either be a part of one or two of these categories in the future. You're going to either be a part of the society who has learned the AI structure and learn how to use it, learn how to interact with AI. You are going to be the one, you're going to be either option one, that option, or you're going to be the ones who say, I don't really want to, I don't want to learn this. This is all, all a game. I'm not really interested in AI. And guys, like the wealthy, the rich and wealthy, they're going to rule society because they are learning the AI. And so the difference between them and me is there's really no, well, I'm not wealthy or anything, but I'm learning how to interact, learning how to use AI every day because I want to be on the side of those who can control their own life and their destiny. So it comes down to a personal decision, right? Cash is king. I like that. Tanu says Daniel doesn't seem to look like 18. Is he older than me? Daniel just answered your question, man. Daniel says I'm old enough to have an 18 years old. Yeah. He's Daniel is yes. So Kush says it can be like those who know how to use it, AI can work with, but the other group will be taking over by AI. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kush. You're right on. You're right on. And if we understand that, then we can sort of take the right decisions in learning how to make AI work for you um, as an individual, as a person. So here's some quick facts, and I want you guys to look this guy up. Jeffrey Hinton, man, look him up. He's a British Canadian cognitive psychologist and computer scientist. Very wise guy, man. He has been regarded as one of the founding fathers of artificial intelligence. I dare you to Google Gregory Hinton. Here's some quick facts about him. He's known for co-inventing back propagation, which is a key algorithm used to train neural networks. Some heavy stuff, man. Heavy stuff. He's known for advancing the development of deep learning architectures. And here is the guy that is the godfather of AI. This guy literally is like, stay away from it. So the very person that made it's like, you know, not to get like super spiritual or religious. It's like God's like God makes man and then man like turns against God, this sort of thing, right? And God's like, oh man, I think there's a scripture that talks about like God says like I'm very sorry that I made the man that I made. And so here's the same thing. You got the father of AI literally saying he's sorry that he made this. But anyway, Gregory Hinton is important because his research has helped transform AI from a niche academic pursuit to a major driver of global innovation. Technology like voice assistants, self-driving cars, facial recognition, chatbots, they're built on these neural networks that he helped popularize. So 2023, Hinton basically left Google and made headlines for expressing concerns about the dangers of AI. So, yeah, this guy is like, he's like, it's not good. It's not good. So what else? What else has Hinton done, and what is Hinton currently doing today? Let's see. Tanu says, what do you think of AI bed? Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Explain to me. Tell me. Kush says, just like an emperor's time, few people work with them and others suffers. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Daniel, here we go. We started out, man. Alan Turing will always be the godfather of AI for me. And tell me who Alan Turing is. I'm interested in what he sort of did. But yeah, Daniel Hinton is that guy. Let's see who else. Who else? But yeah, so that's sort of what we see today in society. And guys, we have to really sort of be in the know. We have to learn how to exist and coexist with these structures. And so it's still an amazing time to be alive. Like guys, if you want to be and to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, like it's literally at your fingertips. You don't even have to be physically in the world to be alive and to be thriving. Like literally online, you can make up a community. Just like there's like this. That's what this channel is for. That's what this time channel is designed for. So, yeah. Let's see what other comments. Alan, who is Alan Turing? Who is Alan Turing? Alan Turing is the man that cracked the Enigma code and R word, the Turing test for the AI computer. Okay. And so, Daniel, why was this sort of important? I'm looking up Alan Turing now. Was he was born in like 1912? Is that where the Turing machine comes from? To where it's a theoretical device that could simulate any computation. He proposed. Did he propose the with his Turing test? He proposed basically a way to test to see if a machine could think. I guess that's it. Created my voice to text, went somewhere entirely different. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Alan Turing. I'm gonna have to do some digging on him. So yeah. But yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So guys, overall, what is your opinion about the future of AI? Where do you think we are headed? We even talked yesterday a little bit about digitally um, copying who you are, your genetics, and keeping them for years and years to come, so that you could exist on, or you can exist digitally forever, even after you transition. Um, what do you guys think? Yeah, where are we headed next? Like, what is the next wave? Like, we know obviously it's going to come off the heels of AI, but what is the next wave of AI integration, in your opinion? Let me know. Let me know it in the comments. Let me know what is your next test to check for AI. Yeah. The Turing test was only recently surpassed by Google's Eat Suggest computer supremacy. Oh wow. Yeah, that's very recent, because this is like, you're talking about the 50s. Kush said we're traveling in such a high speed towards that digital era. It can be dangerous for sure if you don't know how and when to use break. Yeah. Yeah. In my opinion, guys, in my opinion, the next wave of AI integration is moving from tools to being teammates. Like, AI systems are not just reactive, but they're going to start making decisions, right? They're going to start to be context aware of their surroundings. They're going to start to be more organic in how they embed themselves in our lives. It's not just going to be an app that you use or choose, but it's going to be about the physical environment around you, the industries that you live and thrive in. AI is going to be a part of it all, right? Here's some things. So AI just won't answer your questions, but it's going to take action on your behalf. You're going to be able to wake up in the morning, and literally you're going to be able to just press a button, and you're going to have your schedule mapped out for you. No more driving to work, no more driving to school. AI is going to read your emails. It's going to do all your schedulings, all of your meetings from the very jump, right? It's going to manage your finances, even negotiate your contracts, some to which it's already doing, right? That's the future Like, for example, you'll say, hey, find me a property to invest under $150,000 and secure the financing. And it will go through that whole stage for you and have everything to your lap within 5 to 10 seconds, right? So, think Siri or ChatGPT. Think about it as knowing you like deeply, like your moods, your goals, your routines, because we are a routine-based society, right? We do things in routine. There are exceptions to the rule. People live off the grid. People aren't. Not everybody's routine, but these are Siri and open source ChatGPT are companions that will integrate across all of what we wear, like our wearables with our watches, our clothes. It'll notice if you skip meals, if you had back-to-back meetings. It's going to be everywhere you are, and it sort of already is, right? AI is basically going vertical, right? AI is going deep. Customs, they're going to be custom systems that are trained in law and real estate, medicine, education, all these different things. Instead of general answers, you're going to start to get expert level collaboration. So it's not just answering the question, but it's going to actually start to collaborate with you. AI agents are going to be trained in a niche area. We already seen that today. We talked about neuro AI. That's AI informed by neuroscience, the brain, right? Federated learning. This is an interesting concept. Federated learning and privacy first AI. Privacy is going to be a huge thing in AI. So we maybe talk about that a little bit later, maybe next week. Emotionally intelligent AI. This is something that pretty much sucks right now. Emotionally intelligent AI. We're talking about AI, for example, in terms of the medical field, how AI just really kind of just gives you the answer. It doesn't really have any emotional substance to kind of tell you and explain to you like a human. There's still some humans like that, or they're literally androids, and they want to tell you or show you what they know rather than to, you know, give it to you like a human, give you the information that you need like a human. So these are all the sort of the things that we can expect. Let's see here. Yeah, Kush says, and it's human race that they never know when to use break. Yeah. Daniel says the ironic end to Alan Turing is he committed suicide after he was ostracized for being gay. Really? Wow. Yeah, and I can imagine like in the 50s, like being gay in the 50s, like if you're open and gay, like you're not gonna make it, man. Somebody who is that like who was that like intelligent. Yeah, that's crazy. But I could kind of see. I mean, it's the 50s. Like they were ostracizing a lot of people. Kush says it will be safe and it will be safe to and extend, but in a way safely mean controlling. Okay, I'm trying to follow you there. Daniel says the British police have already started incorporating AI. Yeah, see, here we go. We're gonna have AI bots pretty much policing who we are and where we go. Um, Kush says, "What is privacy? I live in a country where the government can check your social presence and check whether you're paying your taxes or not." Yeah, I live in the same company. And the company, yeah, it's a company. It is a company. It's the government. The government is the biggest company of gangsters alive. So yeah, the government absolutely checks everything. Another space nut says, I'm sorry, Daniel says, one thing is we won World War II because of Alan Turing. So it's kind of crazy that the world is like just like now. Yeah, that is crazy. That's a good point. That is a good point. I didn't realize we end up winning that because of him. Um, that is a statement from someone in the UK. Wow. Yeah. So guys, these are all things that we will continue to discuss. We will continue to bounce off back and forth our ideas. because and I don't mind becoming an AI channel. Like I told you guys before, my channel is evolving. Man, it's evolving. I've talked about Apple computers, and I've given reviews, and I've talked about accessories, but and that sort of thing I still do, right? But this is sort of the space, man. I like this space, and who knows, it may involve me transitioning to um, other topics, right? But this happens to be where I am. This is happens to be where I'm studying, where I am, and what I'm studying. So this is great. This is great. Scottier is here in the chat. Hey, Scottier, thank you so much for joining, man. You got your 16 Pro. Congratulations, Scotty, man. I hope you like it. Tell me how you like it, and let me know in the chat how your 16 Pro is doing. Is that the one that you wanted to get, or did you end up choosing that over the Air? I'm curious. I know we were talking about that either earlier this week or last week. I can't remember. Guys, this is like my third live of the week. So, Scotty, let me know. Let me know. I'm excited for you. That's exciting times. You can get a new computer, and you can have something to start your whatever you want, whatever you're trying to do. Kush says, "I'll take it as a compliment. It's also the same in India. They have just passed a bill about it so that they can check your lifestyle." Yeah, the government's going to use every way possible to be in the lives of humans and regulate how and what we do. I mean, I can understand that. Yeah, that's absolutely what's happening. Scottier says, "Oh, it's great battery life. It's amazing. I chose the Pro because it was a bit cheaper than the Pro Max." Okay. Yeah, yeah, the Pro Max is nice, but the Pro you sort of fine with. You're sort of fine with. Yeah, that's cool, man. Congratulations to you. Let me know if you have any questions, Scotty. Um, you know, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. I'm here Tuesdays and Fridays, and for everybody else, that's for that matters. I'm here Tuesdays and Fridays. If you have any sort of questions, any comments you'd like to share, if you got any updates on your life, how's it going? That's what we do. We're here to catch up. These are real people. Sometimes, occasionally, we'll get a bot in here, and somebody will ask me to do a hand gesture, Lamar Jackson hand gesture. It's funny. Like these AI bots are crazy. It's like weirdos. Or maybe it's somebody that keeps changing their handle, but it's probably an AI bot. Good luck on the computer. I hope it serves you well. I hope you're able to now start performing, man. Now it's time to get to the work, right? You got the computer to do what you need to do. Now it's time to get to the work. Now it's time to get to the nitty and gritty. So that's a great thing. Any other questions we have today? Any other things that you guys got going on? You guys are amazing. Thank you guys again. All of the friends of the show. Tanush is here. Scotty is here. Daniel is here. Kush is here. We've got a great community. You guys, we're starting to develop into. I don't know what we're gonna call ourselves, but I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. This sort of. I actually every day I'm always thinking in my mind like, what are we gonna talk about? What can we talk about? What new things? And I know I feel like AI is such a broad scope of a subject to where like there's no end to the discussion because everything is so new. It's so new, but there's not a moment in time and not a moment in the day that I don't think about like what we can discuss. So if you guys have any ideas or you have any sort of opinions of what you want to talk about, Daniel, I talked to you about that the other day. Let me know in the chat what like really drives you, what excites you in life. We all have pretty much some things in common, but I don't want it to be just one thing that we talk about, right? I don't want it to be just, oh, we only, and I understand being a niche channel because you have your community. Guys, you are a part of this community. You make up this community. It would not be the community that it is without you. So Man, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. But you guys, let me know, man. Let me know in the chat. um, Daniel says, "I'm UK Kush. Our government can take the money from your account, and you can go to jail for things said on social media." Yeah, yeah. No free speech there. Kush, in India, the government checks your chats without you knowing. Yeah, so you got to kind of watch what you're saying. I get it. I get it. And maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about the government and interference with social media. Maybe we should talk about that. And how does the government interfere with social media across countries? Like, how are some countries different from others with the government being sort of a big brother? You guys remember the Big Brother show back in the early 2000s? Let me know in the chat. Kush says there was an incident a few months ago. A dark comedian was about to be jailed because he cracked a joke. Yeah, it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't that. It probably wasn't a joke, right? Yeah. Um. Yeah. So what you guys are talking about is you're talking about, man, basically surveillance capitalism. That's the word. It's capitalism as a surveillance method, um, global influence and control, right? I mean, guys, it's not even the government. I mean, the social media is already tracking your programs. That's how they get your behavior and how they know what you need and how they know how to personalize your content. The government just comes in behind them and says, "Okay, this is who this person is," and we have to track. With advanced AI, of course, data is going to become predictive anyway and sort of manipulative. So you're throwing all of that in there, and you're going to get what you get. Governments and corporations literally will increasingly increase and collaborate or even collide of how this data is used. So you got to be careful about that. We're already uh, the the blood has been tampered with, right? Um, so in some companies, AI plus social platforms, they're state sponsored behavioral, like sort of like a nudging or a censorship. So that's kind of what you guys are talking. So in the example, like here in the U.S., AI may optimize for profit and engagement. In China, AI is going to basically optimize for harmony and state control. So yeah, we get in some slippery things here. Let's see here. So yeah, this is all good stuff. All good stuff. All good stuff, guys. Because Chris says, to be honest, it's okay if the government is also help or supporting you, but if it's just like we want all your hard-earned money, then it's a no-no for me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the government's like that, man. I mean, it's called taxes, you know. And I wouldn't be so bad. I wouldn't be so mad at taxes, government giving us, uh, making us pay taxes. But like, what taxes don't even really go to anything. They don't go anything that we voted for. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm not gonna be political because I don't really care who's in the White House. That who's in the White House right now doesn't necessarily affect me. And I know that's a blanket statement because I am an American. I'm in the U.S., but it really doesn't. It really doesn't affect me because I don't have enough money to sway an opinion anyway. I don't have enough power to go and say, hey, do this and change this. You really think my vote's gonna matter? I highly doubt that. It's not, and that I vote, but um, you vote with your pocket, not with your vote. British taxes, easy. It's just how much did you earn handed over. Yep. Yep. Hard earned money, guys. Hard earned money. So, and maybe we'll talk about that in another episode. But guys, I want you guys to check me out every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I believe we got most of the people in the chat already know what's up. They're already hip to the channel and what we've got going on. Kush says I'm okay with paying tax But what am I getting in return? Inflation. Yeah, inflation is another thing. Inflation is a beast, is a bear. We have to contend with inflation. The cost of living goes up. The cost of the cost of living will go up, but the cost or the value of your currency will either remain the same or decrease, or actually those are inversely affected. Cost of living goes up, value of the currency decreases. Therefore, it causes inflation. Yep. There we are. There we are. Any other questions we got? Scotty, I appreciate you for your comments. Appreciate you guys for joining the chat today. Thank you for joining this video. This has been good. Listen, we're gonna be back here tomorrow. So I want you guys to join me tomorrow at the same time. And I want you guys to come ready to chat and to comment on whatever you see fit, man. Comment. I want you to come in tomorrow, and we're gonna lock in on a weekend edition of the live. And so yeah, let's be ready to talk, man. So you earn money, give tax. You buy a house, give tax. That's why debt is good. Oh yeah, you're getting some good stuff. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, it's all good stuff. Cause yeah, you absolutely know what you're talking about. That is absolutely good. People like to pay off their credit cards, but that's actually bad debt. Your credit cards, using credit cards is bad debt. So, hey guys, I appreciate you so much for joining the channel. Thank you again. It's been amazing. I've got to get out to get some work done. But I'm going to be back here tomorrow. We're going to chop it up, chat again, get in some information. And you guys be safe on this weekend. I appreciate you guys for, like I said, joining. Thank you all so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. I want to see you here as we can sort of continue the conversation. And let's just build it up. Share. Feel free to share if you like this. You have friends who are maybe interested in the content that I provide. Share it with your friends. If you think this is something. If you don't, then don't share it. I mean, some of us are stingy. Some of us like to keep things to ourselves. But why not share? Share with your community, those who you sort of hang out with. I'd love to see new faces and new places. But until then, man, I appreciate you guys for being friends to the show. Appreciate you for joining this channel and how you have locked in with me. It's been great. Daniel, I'll see you later. See you guys. Kush, man, thank you so much. You guys have a great day today, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty.